Disadvantage I experienced when I was using earthen pond, guys, was when you want to sell to some, because in my location where I stay, mostly most people that buy your fish in large quantities are all these malams that sells in markets, in all these different markets. So they can buy like all of your fish in the pond. They can even buy like 3 ponds or 4 ponds, depending on how you guys negotiate your price. So the first bad experience I had was one time. So one of them called. I called them and they were like, "Okay, they are coming. I should start removing water, guys." Do you know I removed water? Like I removed water, and then they came and they started saying rubbish price for me. Like they started giving me, and then because they realized that you've removed the water, guys, so they want to use that against you and say maybe they'll feel like when the fish is already like a bit stressed and everything. And guess what? They will not come early. They'll tell you they're on their way, but they will not. That was like a very great mistake I learned in a hard way, guys. So now that's would make, when you decide not to sell again and then you return water, even if your fish does not die, you are going to like make a lot of expenses that day, because now you drain out water and now you have to put back the water. So like you see more costs. And then I think another thing was theft. Okay, so they were stealing. I kind of noticed they were, because I don't this where I did my earthen ponds like was in a public place, guys. So I realized that whenever I stock, even if there was like mortality at least, but then at the end of the day you'll be seeing like so many losses, and so like people were also complaining the farm that they were stealing and everything. So that's like a bad experience I had with earthen pond. So guys, all this is not like earthen pond is not favorable. When you have your private earthen pond, like somewhere that you can easily monitor and everything, you can use this earthen pond, as long as it works for you, because fish usually do very good on earthen pond, I would not lie, because it feels like the natural habitats, guys. So fish usually do very very well. But with all this I experienced, and then I tasted with all this I experienced, of course you would definitely not want to keep doing it, because I kept doing it, but then I think I got an advice from someone that why not try tarpaulin pond and see how it goes. Why not try tarpaulin pond? And I was like, okay, let me give it a trial. Okay, so I was like, let me give it a trial and see how it goes. Then I got some tarpaulin ponds, and then we installed them and everything, and then we did our first set. I had a very good record, because there was little mortality, guys. Like there was barely even the first set there was barely even any mortality. And then I could see what's happening in my ponds. I could see my fish are eating good. I could see, are they dropping? Okay, if they're dropping, let me give them bitter leaf or moringa treatment, or I should salt bait them, all those kind of stuff. I could see them. I could see what's happening. And then water was not an issue, because we have water in the location where I was spending less. I was not even paying any workers any longer, because when I was earthen pond, I was paying workers. If they change water for you, you pay them. If they help you clear around the grass, you pay them. You get. But while I was here, like I was not spending much again on changing water. I was not spending like I could have access to my fish and everything. So that's why I concluded, guys. I prefer. So guys, that's why I prefer using tarpaulin pond, because it gives me access to my fish. I could easily control and manage them properly, and then have a good result, have a better result. So guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, ask your question, and see you guys in my next video.